would try to tell me it's better to be quiet and not believe, but I can't dodge a vision I had so many years back that told me I was destined to share with you the joys of love and freedom. Join me, I can make it easy. Rid yourself of that divide. With a loud burning faith I echo to you, and I can't wait to see you running to me. Arms open wide, I'm welcoming you. Is your soul crying out salvation? Loud burning faith, you echo to me. I believe it though I cannot see it. Love welling up inside your body, now let it burn you alive.
Look, Marcisław, you can see the city off in the distance now. Albo to jedno? Dobra, może jedno, tam jest jedno. It might have taken us a whole day, but we are almost to Gloucester. Yep, and now that we are here, we shouldn't have to worry about the Queen's soldiers coming after us for a while. Gloucester belongs to Murian, the head of the Wing clan, and fighting is against the law here. She doesn't pick fights with any of the other clans, and she's not completely under Morgan's thumb either. As far as Murian is concerned, this is an autonomous region that just happens to have diplomatic relations with Fairy Britain. That's how she tells it in a way. Is that why Morgan's army won't attack here? Even Morgan only has limited power in Gloucester. As for why that is, well... You can tell something's different here, right, Da Vinci? Say, with the mana density? I'm glad you brought that up. I was just going to ask about that. There's nothing wrong with my gadgets, but the ones powered by magical energy are refusing to work. Is that because of this area's unique mystic traits? Because the rules of the world itself are different here? Exactly. As to why, well, that gets into the nature of fairies themselves. And not just here in Fairy Britain, this applies to proper human history as well. Like how there are several different kinds of fairies. Some are former gods fallen from grace, others are accumulations of human and animal animosity and bits and pieces of their souls. They are essentially thoughts and feelings with nowhere else to go, wrapped up in a shell made from human rumors. These sorts of fairies only exist because human society exists, and strictly speaking, they are not pure fairies. Pure fairies are those that form within the planet or the planet's inner sea, and whose existence is in no way contingent on human civilization. In the Magecraft world, fairies born within the planet's inner sea are known as Great Fathers and Great Mothers. You can think of them as divided spirits of Earth's soul. Yes, that's close enough. O, to tak jak jak Dead Apostolsy. O ja pierdolę, Ark jest wróżką. In scope they are comparable to personified nature gods. But unlike gods, they don't impose any rules on humans. Great Fathers and Mothers are pure supernatural beings. In this Lostbelt, fairies of that rank who appear on Earth's surface, either through some sort of mistake or on a mission from the planet itself, are known as Arai? In proper human history, the fairies who lent King Arthur his sacred sword was a Great Mother. And I'm guessing proper human history's Morgan also inherited that Great Mother's authority. Though of course Morgan's father was also King Uther, the ancient king of Britain, so I suppose that would make her a human-fairy hybrid. King Arthur, on the other hand, is a human-dragon hybrid. They may seem similar on the surface, but deep down they couldn't be more different. Oh, how so? The fact that one ultimately decided to defend humanity and the other mystics. King Arthur chose a Britain where humans could thrive, and Morgan chose a Britain where mystics could thrive. As for which one chose correctly, well, your own proper human history bears that out. If mystics had continued to rule Britain, it would have resulted in it being excised from all of human history. But I digress. Getting back on track. Arai are equivalent to a Great Mother, but possess a will of their own. Jaki sus, it's him. To Oberon the Beast. Nasz Gandzialf. They have a unique... Do tego nawet jeszcze na początku był jako szary, potem go straciliśmy na jakiś czas, a teraz wrócił na koniu jako Oberon biały. Co potem? Może jeszcze stanie się Oberonem czarnym. Albo Oberonem gołym, jak to było w Rings of Power. Ten baner jest jakiś upośledzony i ja odmawiam dalej na niego rolować. Znaczy, teraz mam tą podwójną rolkę, więc jak ją zrobię, to przestaję rolować, bo mnie ten baner wkurwia. Nic z niego nie leci. A za 1,5 roku za 1,5 miesiąca wraca znowu ten sam, więc no wtedy jak będę już miał Oberona, to se mogę. They have a unique ability to remake the world around them according to their inner truth, or rather the essence. Ty chociaż wampira masz. Mi za to poleciała bardzo piękna karta Fragment of 2030. This phenomenon is called a Fey domain. It's a grand mystic that only very powerful fairies possess. And Arai generate descendants or terminals, if you prefer, simply by existing. These descendants are called forest children and stone children, and they are the majority of fairies in Fairy Britain. These descendants may have only a tiny fraction of Arai's power, but that doesn't change the fact that they are descendants. And some of those descendants have more Arai blood in them than others. Murian, the head of the Wing clan and the Lord of Gloucester, is one of them. All that is to say that Gloucester has a Fey domain that can be quite a pain in the neck. A domain that takes Murian's temperament and mischievous nature and turns it into a law that denies strength itself. A law that denies strength itself? So the weak become strong and vice versa? It did behave like that for a time, but now it's a little different. These days, nobody is allowed to bring strength achieved through training into Gloucester. All who enter, even Morgan herself, are left with no more than the strength they were born with. That sounds pretty egalitarian, but... Yep, the ones most adamant about making rules are also always the ones with a way around them. So it's probably safe to assume that Murian's the only one in the city who doesn't have to play by her rules. And if that's true, it also means her word is louder, so keep that in mind. It sounds like this Arai term is unique to this Lostbelt. In our world, they would probably be close to elementals or true ancestors. Powiedziała tu. So are there any other fairies that have inherited these Arai powers? Maybe the other clan heads? Like, does Aurora have a Fey domain too? No, she doesn't. Most fairies with that kind of power end up being excluded from their clans. Sometimes they are outright ostracized, other times they are unable to control their own laws and end up falling apart. Yep, of the 6 clan heads, the only ones who can impose their fey domain on others are Murian and Noknarea. Most of the other domain holders fall apart and become ghosts wandering the countryside. They are called night calls, and depending on how you look at them, they can be even scarier than the fairy nights. Okay everyone, we are almost to Gloucester. I know this is a surprise, but I'm actually a member of the Fang clan, so I'd rather not go inside if I can help it. I will be camping out here while you do your business, so just call for me when you are ready to leave. And just so there's no misunderstanding, let me be perfectly clear. Despite how I look, I'm not a wind fairy, I'm a fang fairy. I'm a fang fairy. I'm sure you must be shocked, but it's true. Whatever you say, buddy. So true, bestie. Okay, let's split up. I will go with Da Vinci and Marcisław will go with Artoria. The auction will be held at night, so kill the time however you like. Anything goes in Gloucester, so you will find a lot of fairies living it up here. You still have that money you earned in Salisbury, right? Well, you can use it here too, so don't be afraid to cut loose. Don't worry, just think of it as a date, and it will be nighttime in no time. So, how about you, Da Vinci? Is there anywhere you'd like to go? We could go to a cafe, but personally I'd recommend the Warped Observatory. It's so dizzying, it will make you want to throw up. Oh, he's already headed there. Why would he even ask in the first place? Anyway, I know this is short notice, guys, but are you alright with this? You are? Okay, I will play along then. Wait up, Oberon, aren't there any museums around here? With so many fairies in this Lostbelt, there has to be at least one painter. There they go. Yeah, they didn't waste any time. I guess it's just us now then. Well, we've already come this far, no sense holding back now, I guess. Now that we are in Gloucester, we may as well enjoy it. Come on, I will show you around. Ta walka na koniec tego noda jest, więc trochę pewnie potrwa. There's so many things that seem vaguely off here. It's very strange, isn't it? I felt the same way the first time I came here too. Far away things look big, close things look tiny. Oh shit, racja. Sometimes there's a pink rain, sometimes the main street is covered in rainbows. Sometimes boys become girls and girls become boys. O kurde. Lewacka propaganda. Basically, it's a whirlwind of constant change. The last time I came here, I got 0 out of 10 in a princess pageant. A girl wearing a scarf made out of insect thread made me take off all my clothes and... Clothes? Why? She said they were so ugly I'd be better off without them. I wonder what that girl's up to now. I sure hope she's not doing too well. I will have to get her back if I ever see her again. O kogo może chodzić? Oh, I haven't seen you two around before. Are you here for tonight's auction? Heh, I never would have thought to have my human stand out more than me. You know, possessions that make people envious are all the rage in Gloucester right now. Is that why you made yourself look so plain? So you could dress up your human instead? It's brilliant. I will have to try it myself. She's making that face again. Speaking of the auction, could you tell us more about it? You mean about the merchandise being put up? The fairy with the iron weapon? Well, apparently they are a bad fairy from another world who rebelled against the High Queen. I'd love to attend the auction too, especially since there should be no problem keeping a criminal as a slave. But since you need an invitation for this one, I decided to give up and just enjoy a night on the town. I'm sorry, I know I should have been the one to ask, but I just kind of froze. That's okay, now what do we do about the invitation? Oberon załatwi. Powinien. Well, we won't be able to get one on our own. They are only sent out to upper-class fairies. I don't like it, but it looks like our only option is sneaking into the auction hall. But don't worry, there's no one better at stealth magecraft than me. Kurde, ona naprawdę jest urodzonym kryminalistą. Just you wait, this time I'm gonna show you what I can really do. What's this déjà vu I am feeling? Help! Is anyone there? My pet mice just escaped from their cage. I promise I will make it worth your time if you can catch them. Just please help me. Huh? It looks like there's a bunch of tiny creatures running towards us. What do you think we should do, Marcisław? Nie mam pojęcia, czym jest Stroll Millionaire. Let's catch them. Alright, he's still getting his bearings here, isn't he? Oh well, nothing to be done now. Sorry, just thinking out loud. Okay, let's get this battle started. I'm pretty sure you are going to regret this, but at least it will be a good lesson. Huh? Huh? Eh? Eh? A level alteration.
まだまだ未熟者ですが頑張ります。
Mice for breeding.
どないな味やろか。楽しみやわ。あいつかなわんわ。
Excuse me, what the fuck?
戦いですか。やだな。
Shit.
もちろん。そうなん。突破します。
I see it. I kill it. Albo nie.
そうなん。面倒やさかいまとめて泥かしたろか。戦士万天使ひどくつま先からゆっくりゆっくり。喉乾いて。
Woohoo!
いいぜ、やればいいんだぜ。ああ。あいつ直視死が俺の前に立つんじゃない。浮世は終わりだ。先に行ってろ。
She dead. Swoją drogą, dopiero wczoraj zacząłem widzieć na swoim feedzie ludzi, którzy mają ustawioną Morgan, więc hech. Najwyraźniej ten baner naprawdę jest zepsuty.
量産ですもの。節約節約。どないな味やろか。
A, bo ja tego nie wylewelowałem na maksa.
あいつやれやれ。
部長。
そこだ。
Do Banshee jeszcze dojdziemy. Nikt normalny nie ma Morgan.
かなわんわ。
Maszyna z Morgan się zepsuła, to tak jak w McDonaldzie z lodami.
終わり？じゃあ後始末は任せたぜ。
Maszyna do lodów jest zepsuta, nie ma. Those were mice. Big things seem small and small things seem big. That's just what happens in Gloucester sometimes. Now do you understand? Thanks, weirdos with too much time on your hands. Here you go, a generous coupon. Now, if you will excuse me, I'm gonna go make a bundle with my mice here. Later. See you. Bye bye. A coupon, huh? Let's see. Knocker Company, Surprise and Security. Oh wow, it's for SNC. Do you know it? Spriggan and Capless, I mean? It's Fairy Britain's very first department store. Grandpa told me about it. This is great, and look, according to the map, it's not far from here. Come on, Marcisław, let's go check it out. Gdzie niby nowy Mystic Code? Ja nie mam nowego Mystic Coda. Oszukany. Some generous coupon this turned out to be. You're really building another store in its place too. It looks like it's just called Count. I've never heard of that one before. But I can see they've got shoes, bags, hats, dresses. Oh wow, everything on display looks amazing. They are trim and shiny and elegant all at once. I bet they'd be so much fun to wear. Oh, I want them, but then again they would probably be wasted on me. The designs do lean a little feminine, but I'm guessing they are probably gender neutral. And wow, what are those strange clothes? The sign says kimono? I've never heard of them, but I think I'd look good on you. It would look good on you, Marcisław. Huh? Not bad. You've got a pretty decent eye. Oh. Who's that sassy girl? But would you mind keeping it down a bit? I'm trying to stay incognito, so I don't want to attract too much attention. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm from a very small town, so... I see, so what? You wanted to see the big city before a calamity shows up and kills you or something? You're lucky you're not one of those cheeky Gloucester fairies. You're also lucky your ankles aren't to my taste. Be grateful your boots are so frumpy. Fuck you too. They are? I guess they are, huh? Still, they are very practical. An old goodie could go to town on them and I wouldn't feel anything. Sure. You actually have to worry about gogi bites? You must come from a real hick town. Chodzi o meszki, tak? Jak się pisze po angielsku meszki? Nie. A, to jest... To jest coś jeszcze śmieszniejszego. To jest coś jeszcze śmieszniejszego. I mean, you've got the looks of a pretty upper-class wind fairy, but you are stuck down your own farming? Man, it must be rough out in the sticks with so few human slaves to do the heavy lifting? This is weird, really weird. Don't you think this conversation is weird? Trochę? Crap, she obviously suspects something. No, I don't think so. It's just neither Marcisław nor I are used to dealing with city fairies, so... Not used to them, huh? I see, so that's why you are not scared of me. It feels like there's more to it than that, though. Biedne dziecko, nawet jej nie przechodzi przez głowę, że możemy jej nie znać. Mimo że 4 razy powiedzieliśmy, że nie. Śmieszna ta Elizabeth Alter. That's strange. How come I'm not pissed off? I usually hate every fairy I meet. Oh well, I guess that's just how some days go. Plus there's the auction coming up. Oh, are you interested in the auction? Do you actually have an invitation? Oh, well... We actually came here for the auction, but we didn't know we needed an invitation to get in. I see. An invitation, huh? You know, I do have an extra one. But I'd sooner feed it to a goat than give it to you. That's it, finally an expression that suits you. It's about time you learned your place, you uppity hick. Trust me, a girl like you's at least 100 years too young for the auction house. Come back when you're at least a little more grown up. Oh wait, that's right, low-class fairies like you don't even live for 100 years, do you? Guess you will just have to make the most of your life in the dirt with the goggies while it lasts then. She was quite the fairy, wasn't she? Jak potem będę robił jakieś farmienie, to zobaczę. Yes, she was. I wonder if I said something that offended her. O, Archer. Funny. Jesteśmy blisko tygodnia. I zleciało nam tak już prawie połowa partu. Jest pewna szansa, że między partem drugim a pierwszym będzie 1 dzień wolnego, kiedy będę mógł odpocząć gardło. An invitation? Of course, I've already got one. What about it? Guess you will just have to unveil your grand magecraft another time, Artoria. Unfortunately, we weren't able to procure any formal dress, but since Oberon is so Danslin, I think we should be able to get in as part of his entourage. Of course, Murian's something of a friend of mine. We will have some of the best seats in the house. So no, getting in won't be a problem. The problem is what happens once the auction starts. The bidding on Mash won't start until the very end, at which point I will be able to offer up to 70 million more pounds. It's all counterfeit, of course, but it should be fine as long as no one works that out tonight. A widziałeś tą stronę z mangi? Bo jakiś czas temu wyszedł extra chapter do Sangatsu i tam autorka mówi o tym, jak pracowała nad Oberonem, że Avalon Lafay to zarąbista historia, najlepsze, najsilniejsze i w ogóle. A potem mówi, że bardzo chciała pokazać ten design Miurze, ale niestety zmarł zanim zdążyła. The real problem is whether it will be enough to outbid any other prospective buyers with odd tastes. Usually 70 million more pounds would be more than enough, but given the product, things are probably going to get ugly. If things get bad enough, I could have to put up my whole Welsh forest as collateral. 70 million more pounds, that's enough to buy a mansion and a butler to take care of it. And you are worried if it still might not be enough? Just what are they saying about this product anyway? Alright, I will tell you, but try to contain your surprise. They are saying the fairy is supposedly a traveler from another world with an iron weapon. And the new child of prophecy. No to jest już trzecie. Znajome mordy. Good evening, ladies and gentle fairies. Welcome to Gloucester's auction house. Why put off until tomorrow what you can have today? Who cares about clan pride when you can boost your own brand? We know that what you want, which is why we are once again proud to present a wide array of items sure to pique your interest. Have you taken a look at our catalog? Have you found any items that speak to you? Wonderful, wonderful. I can see you are all enthralled by our selection. Then let's get right to it, shall we? We hope you enjoy the latest Lady Miriam production. It's starting? I see, so you say your bid yourself, huh? In most auctions, the buyer quietly holds up a sign and an agent then bids for them. But it looks like agents aren't allowed at this auction, so we have to shout our bids ourselves. What is it, Oberon? Did you see the third item up for auction? It's one of the Shakespeare's unpublished manuscripts. Co? Maybe it's flotsam that drifted here from proper human history. Man, now I'm really curious. Maybe I will waste just a little money bidding on it. No, what am I saying? I have to bid on it. Oh, no you don't. We are only here for one thing, the Child of Prophecy. Besides, if you bid on something now, they will notice your cash is counterfeit by the time they get to her. Just do your best to resist. If you want an original work from a famous artist that badly, I will make you something myself. Oh, really? I didn't want to be the one to bring it up because I thought it would be a bit... Gosh. Co? Jakoś tak. But now we are saying it's okay? Okay, Da Vinci, I'm gonna hold you to that. Just let me know when you need me to pose for my portrait. You're really enjoying it, aren't you? I can see this place is nothing new for Oberon. I feel a lot better about this, knowing that. Okay, I'm just going to sit quietly until our auction comes up. Besides, I don't want to stand out too much anyway. And now it's time to introduce our last item of the day. I'm sure you've all heard the rumors. This is the treacherous rebel who posed a threat to our High Queen. The child our beloved Ainsel promised would save Britain. This brave child attacked Camelot with an iron weapon none had ever seen before, crawled out of the great pit, and even made a miraculous return from the nameless woods. Co? Is the prophecy real? Is this child our savior? It's time for all of you to see for yourselves. I give you our final lot number, the Child of Prophecy. Huh? Grandpa? Well, excuse the hell out of me for being old. Muramasa of Prophecy. Wait, hang on, who was that? Say that to my face, why don't ya? Easy there, ladies and gentle fairies, please let's all take it easy. This man's attitude may be as foul as his mouth, but his magical energy is truly impressive. Czyli hop poszedł. Ej. Gdzie jest Masz? Znowu ktoś mówi coś i to są jakieś pierdolone banialuki. Aurora przychodzi i mówi, słuchaj, gorący newseł, do najbliższego Ram Rancha przywieźli człowieka, metalowa zbroja, nazywa się Maszu, musi być twój. Nawet tej osoby nie widzieliśmy. A to chyba i lepiej, bo i tak wszyscy się swajczyli. Teraz Oberon przychodzi i mówi, ej słuchajcie, bo człowiek, żelazna zbroja, broń, przywiozły go wróżki, przywiozły go gobliny, gobliny zostały ścięte, on jest na aukcji. Przychodzimy na aukcję. Kurwa. Ja nawet już nie chcę wiedzieć, gdzie jest Masz, mam w dupie. What's more, he's a gifted craftsman capable of forging wares that put all the blacksmiths of Norwich to shame. And since the Child of Prophecy was supposedly apprenticed to a superb artisan, even Lady Muriel agreed that there's a 30% chance that this man is the Child of Prophecy. 30% chance. Shut up! How many times do I gotta tell you I ain't the goddamn Child of Prophecy? On jest za stary, żeby go nazywać Child. I'm Senji Muramasa, a lone servant. Now let me out of this cage, dammit. I don't know what's going on here, but that's definitely Senji Muramasa, the foreign god's apostle. What's he doing in Britain, and why is he up for auction? You know that man? Oh, then does that mean he's not Mash? No, he's definitely not Mash. Oglądałem dzisiaj Maszyl i ja wiem, jak wygląda Mash. But he's also not a stranger I can abandon. A servant, so he's a servant too, huh? I see, so that's why. Fairies here don't know what servants are, and they can't tell them apart from fairies. So we have a servant who came from another world with an iron weapon who defied the queen. No wonder they thought he was the Child of Prophecy, but he's not. This is practically Freud. So what do we do now? The bidding's already started. We save him, of course. Got it, leave it to me. Luckily everyone else seems caught off guard too. So 70 million more pounds should be more than enough. Let's start with 1 million and take it from here. The bidding starts at 1 million more pounds. 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 4.5, 5 million. Lady Artoria's party is now in the lead with a bid of 5 million more pounds. Do I have 5.5? Why do you use my name? Don't you think it's much more exciting that way? The Child of Prophecy buying another Child of Prophecy. That would make her a child of slavery. That's one for the history books. Oberon! That's 5 million more pounds going once, going twice. 10 million! I heard 10 million more pounds. Things are really heating up now. Do I hear 11 million? Oh crap, forget it. I see where this is going. I'm out. 20 million. I bid 20 million more pounds. Oh, enough of this. 70 million. To jest chyba Ost z drugiego Summer, no. What are you doing, Artoria? You don't just lay all your cards on the table at once in a bidding war. That might not have been a great move. $70 million, I hear 70 million more pounds. Sold to the party of 100 million more pounds. I don't know what kind of Novorish clan you come from, but you have no business being here. The day someone like you outbids me is the day all of Britain falls, so obviously it's never ever happening. Oh yeah, that's what you think. Okay, in that case, I bid 101 million more pounds with Oberon's land as collateral. Are you nuts? My land won't even bring in 10 million. Uh-oh, I'm afraid I can no longer make a call on this auction. What say you, Lady Murian? Which of these buyers has the more certain purchasing power? Very well, step down, auctioneer. Difficult decisions like this are mine to make. Whether genuine or not, the fact remains that the Child of Prophecy is the main draw of tonight's auction. Whoever buys him must demonstrate not just wealth, but standing. So at this time I would like to ask both remaining bidders to please come to the stage. Ah, so that's how it is. I'm glad you understand how these things work, Murian. No one has more standing than me. Looks like the new man is headed for the executioner's block. Oh crap, we've been called up to the stage. This is unheard of for an auction. Is this just how they do things in Gloucester, Oberon? No, I've never heard of anything like this before. Either. Damn it, Murian, what are you up to? Artoria, I'm sure this is some kind of trap. It's best if you just stay in your seat. If you go up on that stage, you are going to regret... why is Artoria's chair empty? I'm afraid you are too late, Oberon. She already took Marcisław's hand and headed for the stage. Damn it, why did she have to pick now, of all times, to develop an impulsive streak? Why did you bring me up here too? I need you to fight beside me. Please, I don't want to do this alone. Then let's start with you, Lady Spinel. Or should I say Fairy Knight Tristan? O nie, to sassy dziecko. Yep, that works. I am the daughter of High Queen Morgan and the artist of blood. I'm the fairy with the most gorgeous dresses of all. I am Fairy Knight Tristan, the one who will one day own all of Britain. Well, your turn, little girl. Go on, share your pathetic name with all of us. Oh man, it's the fairy we met earlier. What do I do, Marcisław? I can't believe she's a fairy knight and she's Morgan's daughter too? I swear, why do these things always happen to me? See, I know you couldn't do it, but hey, of course you couldn't. What fairy could ever compare to me anyway? You put up a good fight, but you are still just... Hey, you are that girl. Okay, I will be nice and let you off. Then allow me to introduce her instead. This fairy comes from the village of Tintagel and will turn 16 this year. This miraculous child wields magecraft. She taught herself, just like our queen did, and she also managed to slip a dragnet laid by Woodwus himself. Please take a good look, everyone. That is the staff of selection she holds in her hands. Her name is Artoria, and she is the genuine Child of Prophecy. Nie, ona zrobiła freeza face'a. What's more, the attendant besides her is a visitor from the outside world. He is the traveling star who will guide the child of prophecy, the other light that will save Britain. Muszę iść wyciąć pewnego włoska, żeby mnie w nos nie swędział. Wróciwszy. His name is Marcisław, and he is a human and master from proper human history. What? She knows about Marcisław too? No violence, please, Lady Tristan. The bidding is not yet over. Now that you are both here on the stage, you both have an obligation to try and complete your bids. But unfortunately, Fairy Knight Tristan and Artoria, the child of prophecy, you are equally matched. Neither of you had an edge over the other in wealth or standing, so there can't be the determining factor here. You think she and I are equally matched? What are you, blind and stupid? I outclass her in every conceivable way. Strength, beauty, elegance, it's not even a contest. What say you to that, visitor from another world? Who would you say is worth more, Lady Tristan or Lady Artoria? Tristan. Shut it! I think so too, honestly, but I don't need to hear it from you. No przepraszam, ale to taki odruch. This isn't about who's worth more, this is a battle for our very souls. Every time you open your mouth, it's hic this or yokel that. Is that all you know how to say? Where did you grow up that they taught you it was okay to act like that? Jerk, dummy, bully? What did you just say to me? Very well then, how about magecraft? Both of you practice magecraft, which is considered pretty useless in Britain. Magecraft itself may be nigh worthless, but fairies who use it are rare and valuable. They are valuable. And here we have two of them, the High Queen's own daughter and the Child of Prophecy. Since both those children are equally matched, perhaps they can settle this bit with magecraft. After all, they both consider magecraft to be something truly valuable. So surely a display of their magecraft will show what they are both truly made of. So you want me to kill this shit stain with just magecraft? Works for me. I will play along. I was planning on ripping her apart sooner or later anyway. If you are the queen's daughter, then you probably grew up in a fancy castle, never wanting for anything, huh? Then there's no way I'm losing to a pampered brat like you. So what if you are a fairy knight? We country girls are a lot tougher than you think. That's how it goes when you eat fresh veggies every day of your entire life. Z Artori wychodzi jej Inner Saber. In this quest battle, all servants' levels are forced to go down to 1 due to the effects of Muriel's knowledge of the outside world. Ale jak to tylko support? A ja bym chciał swojego standa wystawić. W sumie też bym wymienił tą Artorię na swoją, bo to jest taka mech. Przerzućmy się w takim razie jeszcze na Atlas. Atlas Institut. Chwila. Aha. A, po prostu atak up. Gdzie są moje... A, chwila, to nie tutaj. To kiedy indziej będzie ten żart. Dobra, ale można jeszcze raz pobalansować do dobrej muzyczki. Fuck it, we ball. Shit! Parę procentów.
あれはいつか見た終わりの星。多くの言葉、わずかなきらめき。どれほど遠く汚れても、私は星を探すのです。さあ、幕を開けて、アラウンドスカイバーン。ここでまっすぐ。なんだ、覚悟しろ。不良品みんな最高。最高。
She dead. Magecraft tools sold out. Etu. No to masz wpierdol.
やります。突破します。そこ動かない。ここまでやれば。
O, widziałem takie śmieszne cośki, co jej wyrosły z pleców. Nie chcę zaklinać, ale jak dzisiaj skończymy Gloucester, to będzie zabawnie. No fair, that didn't count. I wasn't ready that time. This isn't my actual power. I'd have plenty of magecraft if I just went back to the castle. Magecraft is built on hard work and steady effort. You could have used so many things here. Gdyby gra mi przestała lagować, byłoby zajebiście. Once you ran out of the magecraft trinkets you had on you. For example, this carpet that would go up in flames at the drop of a hat, or those lamps you could turn into bombs with a little magical energy. But instead you just threw up your hands as soon as you ran out of the tools you brought with you. Really? Now listen and listen good. You are at least 100 years too young to learn magecraft. Why don't you start with parlor tricks? A to jest zabawne, bo dokładnie to samo jej powiedziała. Dzisiaj rano. Aż jej w pięty poszło. Yes, nailed it. You freaking bitch! That's enough, we have a winner. As Lady Artoria's magecraft is superior, she will be the one to purchase this suspected child of prophecy. This concludes tonight's auction. Thank you all for coming, and please take care on your way home. That goes for you too, Lady Tristan. I suggest you hurry back home sooner than later. As I recall, you are supposed to be behaving yourself in Darlington tonight. I suspect even the High Queen would be cross with you once she heard you were actually here in Gloucester. You are taking the Child of Prophecy's side, Murian? No, Lady Tristan, I'm helping the High Queen save face for making you a fairy knight. I can clean dirt off my auction hall floor easily enough, but the High Queen's dignity is not so easily restored. You see, some fairies are bound to take issue with your selfish antics and lose respect for the High Queen. I'm sure I don't have to tell you how fickle fae folk can be. And I, for one, would rather not increase Nocnarea's numbers. Fine, I will go then. Next time, Miriam, you will have to come see me in Camelot. As a fellow lover of art, I'd love for you to take a look at my collection. Oh man, it's finally over. That was so nerve-wracking. I thought for sure we were all gonna die. But that girl actually beat Lady Tristan. I can't believe it. She's no taller than me, and she has about the same amount of magical energy as me. But she carries herself with not so much dignity. She's amazing, unbelievably amazing. Kto to gada? Ktoś ważny czy nie? Pewnie nie. Did you hear a voice coming from backstage too? Sorry, no, my nerves just caught up to me, so now my knees are knocking and my ears are ringing. Still, I couldn't just sit back and do nothing. She may have been dozens of times stronger than me. But the way she was acting when she called herself Tristan, well, I just started seeing red. Yep, I never expected to run into a second fairy knight already. But hey, at least you won your magecraft battle against her. That was great. The only problem now is... to, że nasze złoto jest sztuczne i musimy uciekać. Szybko. I'm back to normal now that the cage is gone. How the hell did that work? Our newly freed compatriot Muramasa. I didn't have time to tell you and Oberon this before, Artoria. But while Muramasa hears also a heroic spirit from the outside world, that doesn't mean he's on our side. Da Vinci nie było z nami wtedy podczas walki, co nie? Ona tam była tylko przy kołbutrze, to może nie wie o tym, że Muramasa tak w ostatniej chwili wziął i dźgnął kogoś. He's a disciple of the foreign god, which means he is working against proper human history. So he's your enemy, Marcisław? But didn't you call him Grandpa earlier? It's a long story. That's because he is a grandpa. Don't bother explaining. We just had a few other run-ins, that's all. I ain't exactly mortal enemies with these people, but we ain't exactly friends either. We just keep running into each other, for better or worse. Ain't that right, Marcisław? If you wanna fight me, I will fight you. If you don't, that's fine too. I will even brew you a cup of tea if you want. Like they say, even chance acquaintances are divine ordinances. Anyway, I gotta say, girlie, between that stuff and that outfit, that was a hell of a show you put on. You really nailed that last line of yours too. Gotta say, you British mages are a real breath of fresh air. Thank you. Marcisław. What's with this guy? He looks so young but acts so old. No to chyba chodzi o mnie, co nie? He's also got a terrible aura about him, but I don't sense any hostility from him at all. Okay, just hang on, Muramasa. This doesn't change the fact that you are a threat to us. So for now, let me just ask you this. How did you end up in that cage? I could have kept this to myself forever and died happy, but I suppose you got a right to know. Alright, I will keep it quick. After you people left Olympus, the foreign god gave me a new order. Ta? To ja źle pamiętam, że on ją dźgnął w łapsko? Told me to infiltrate the British Lostbelt and take care of its king. She also said something about how this place was still growing when it wasn't supposed to no more. Rasputin had his hands full with something else and we couldn't get a hold of Limbo. Ciekawe dlaczego. So I made my way here and broke into the big castle at the Lostbelt center alone. Those fairy knights Watsits were so taken aback that I didn't have any trouble making my way to the throne room. But just when I was about to take the queen's head, someone crazy strong flew in at me out of nowhere. The next thing I knew, I'd been knocked clean out of the throne room. I tried to fight her off in the air, but she just swatted me down into a big hole outside the castle. Ej, słyszycie też tą muzykę Kevina Pingwina w tle? Must be my imagination. She also punched a bunch of holes in my spirit core in the couple of seconds it took before I fell into the hole. A normal servant would probably have died about 12 times from that. But unfortunately the foreign god did something unnatural to my body to keep me alive. So I woke up later still kicking. Once I was able to move about again, it took me 3 days to crawl out of the hole. I'd broken my sledgehammer during the fight, so I stopped by a village with a blacksmith and spent another 3 days there fixing it. On my way home, I got lost in some weird woods and wandered around aimlessly for another 3 days before I collapsed. Then I spent another 3 days in captivity after some unsavory fairies found me unconscious near a road. After that, they sold me to this strange city, where I spent the last 5 days talking and showing off what I can do with a forge. So there you have it. Embarrassing as it is, I still ain't done nothing of note here. Are you kidding? You making it to Morgan's throne room is incredible. In the 2000 years of the era of High Queen, no warrior has ever made it all the way there before. Yeah? And you are an experienced smith too. The catalog said you can make anything. Well, yeah. But you are still a bad servant, huh? I guess we will just have to kill you here, then. No w sumie racja. Forgive me for what I have to yabadabadu. Isn't it a servant's actions to date that determine whether they are good or bad, Artoria? Servants are basically mercenaries. All that matters is who they currently have a contract with and what they are going to do next. Who are you? Another servant? I'm Oberon, and yes, I'm a proper human history servant who was summoned to Britain a little before you all got here. Senji Muramasa, was it? It sounds like you want to take out Queen Morgan as much as we do. How about we team up, just until we defeat her? Yesterday's enemy is today's friend and all that. Besides, don't you think it would be better for us to put all our wood behind one arrow, so to speak? Good point. I doubt I will be getting any other help out here. Sounds like a pretty good suggestion to me. What do you think, Marcisław? I know Senji Muramasa's one of the foreign god's disciples, but he's also always been relatively reasonable. This alter ego version of him might not be the same guy that helped us out in Shimosa, but he's still the same person at heart. I don't think he's the kind of guy to go back on his word. I'd be thrilled to have his help, but what about you, Artoria? Huh? You want this old young guy to come with us? I'd love that. Blacksmiths are never bad people, you know. Putting Artoria's curious blacksmith fangirling aside for the moment. Are you sure you are okay with this, Muramasa? I mean, we are not exactly friends with the foreign god. You don't think she might consider this a betrayal? You won't just suddenly explode or something? What? No, the hell do you take me for anyway? Besides, this ain't a betrayal at all. I'm just a swordsmith who accepted a job from the foreign god. Loyalty ain't part of it. Hell, if I owe anyone a debt, it's that girl over there. You saved my bacon, so now I owe you. The child of prophecy, huh? I've heard about you. If you just want me to stick around till you defeat the queen, I'm game. It doesn't even conflict with my contract with the foreign god. Yay, Muramasa joined our party. Użyłbym tytułu innego rozdziału dzisiaj. To jest taki rozdział, który nazywa się Trzech to już kompania, ale nas jest trochę więcej niż trzech. If you are all done, can I say something now? Thank you for biding with the Gloucester Auction House. Now then, our proprietor would like to extend the congratulations on your purchase while we take care of the financial side of things. So if you will please come with me, I will take you to Lady Murian, the Lord of Gloucester. She's expecting you at her mansion. Fuck. Fuck. O chuj. Jakby ktoś chciał wiedzieć, o co chodzi, to polecam bardzo mangę Foxtaila. Foxtail to jest alternatywna wersja rzeczywistości, to jest taki trochę... O! Ej! Właśnie zdałem sobie sprawę, że gość od Finala jest... tym, no. Jest na tyle biedny artystycznie, że jak robił Final Fantasy Remake 7, to Onomura, to musiał ściągnąć cały koncept z Foxtaila. Bo mamy Fate Extra, które ma potem sequel dziejący się tak mniej więcej jak Final Fantasy Remake jest sequelem do samego Final Fantasy VII. I potem to ma jeszcze swój remake, który nazywa się Foxtail. I tam się pojawia ten oto Sephiroth. To jest najbardziej zła istota na świecie. Nice to meet you, Artoria, and you, visitors from proper human history. That was such an exciting battle. Now I know what the next hot trend will be. Beating the shit out of each other. I will call it. Powiedziałem Kazura Drop, co nie? Bo to jest imię jej w Foxtailu. Dlaczego wygląda jak Kazura Drop i leci muzyka z BB Channel, to fajne nawiązanie, ale dlaczego? Nasu ty chuju. Convenient necessities you can make yourself simple, fulfilling magecraft items for good luck. It's going to be the most plain Jane trend in Gloucester's history. Proszę mi jej nie pokazywać na dużym ekranie, bo ja żałuję, że nie mam przy sobie jakiegoś prepa pistoletu. Strzelać do wróżek. Oh, did that not go over too well? I figured there was no way a bunch of broke-ass powerless small-time fairies and humans wouldn't be feeling nervous after after being summoned to the home of the most charismatic producer in all of Fairy Britain. So I thought I'd offset the tension and make sure you liked me by greeting you a little more cheerfully than I usually would. But I guess this just goes to show why you shouldn't be too quick to leave your comfort zone. Then again, you do only get one chance to make a first impression. Oh man, she's giving me serious BB vibes. Yes, hello, I'm Muriel. I don't need to keep going, right? Anyway, it's a pleasure. Phew, thank goodness you are back to your usual self, Muriel. I was beginning to think you have been body snatched. What the hell was that? Are you turning into a Morse or something? Don't be rude, Oberon. I'm the perfect fairy lady and I always will be. Jak mam już coś powiedzieć cool, to fajne buciory. Jakie zarąbiste buciory. Nie pamiętam, czy normalna Kazura Drop też miała ten taki kołnierzyk, bo on mi przypomina bardziej Violet. A to mi przypomina, co się stało z Violet i chcę do niej strzelić. That was just me going above and beyond. Doberek. To jest Muriel. To, że wygląda jak Kazura Drop i leciała muzyka z BB Channel i inne takie rzeczy, to nic jeszcze nie znaczy. Wcale nie znaczy, że będzie największym ścierwem tego rozdziału. I've been so excited to meet a human from proper human history who isn't Beryl Gat, you see. My fey eyes may not be what they used to be, but I can still make out auras. You are Marcisław, yes? You are just as darling as I thought you'd be. If it looked like all you outsiders were like Beryl, I'd be killing you right now in a fit of rage. Całe szczęście, że Beryl jest wyrzutkiem społecznym. But I'm relieved to see you have a perfectly decent auras about you. It's enough to give me hope, if just a little. Thanks, but we are still trying to wrap our heads around this situation. So you know about proper human history, and you are welcoming us here anyway? Do I have that right? Don't make me laugh, I'm not afraid of proper human history. I'm sorry, that's not quite right. It's not proper human history that worries me. It's you, Chaldeans. From what I've been told, you have been to all sorts of other worlds. So first of all, I'm going to learn for myself exactly what it is you plan on doing in Fairy Britain. Though I already have a pretty good idea thanks to what Muramasa told me. Muramasa? You told her about us? Hey, I never dreamed we were gonna end up working together. So yeah, I told her about what happened in Olympus after she interrogated me, but just a little. Interrogated you? Is that how you saw that? And here I thought it was a lovely tea party. I mean, I suppose I might have had a teensy bit of trouble containing my excitement. After you told me all those fascinating things about the foreign god, the trees of emptiness, the crypters and the alter egos, but even so. You call that teensy? So is it not true that the Wing clan are the most mild-mannered of all the fairies then? No, they are, or at least they used to be. But there aren't any mild-mannered Wing clan fairies left anymore, not after... Oberon? Alright, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Please go on, my fair butterbar princess. It's okay, Oberon, you didn't interrupt me, Muramasa did. Marcisław, I just want to make sure of one thing. You do mean to leave this Lostbelt alone, yes? Your business here is only with Queen Morgan, since she was foolish enough to go after Olympus. And Chaldea has no intention of attacking Britain itself. Can you look me in the eye and swear that? I can't, not yet at least. I see, not the most eloquent defense, but a well-considered one. So you are still trying to figure out who your real enemy is, and what it is you hope to acquire here. I understand you haven't even met Queen Morgan yet. Of course, you can't make a final decision now. Very well then. Normally I would capture you all here and present you to the Queen, but instead I'm going to hold off on making a decision for now, much the way you are. As long as Chaldea leaves Britain itself alone, I won't get in your way. So you are welcome to keep enjoying your sightseeing in Britain. As for you, Lady Artoria, have you memorized Ainsel's final prophecy? More or less, let me see. This is the story of a single future, what became of an island of mystics that was reduced to the land of the Fae. Those of you without sin take your leave now, for here you will find the Queen's bottomless castle. But we need only hold out a little longer. On the dawn of the 2000th year, the King of Salvation will appear. The child who will bring we Fae folk and humans together, the child who will save the world. Once she has averted catastrophe in the City of Iron and Sea of Suf, her pilgrimage shall truly begin. A, czyli chodzi o Norwich. Let the six bells ring out like raging lightning, like grieving flame. I teraz mi się przypomina, że w którymś z PV-ek do Avalonu słychać dzwony. Chyba chodzi o drugi. I think that's how it went, right? Let's say, more or less, you left out some key bits, but you got the gist. Oberon, are you really sure this is the Child of Prophecy? I mean, she hasn't even been able to weaponize her biggest selling point. Oh, I wouldn't say that. I think she's got a few important points down. As far as the two of you are concerned, the only important passage is the last one, since you are the guardian of the bell tower right above us. The bell tower? You don't mean? I sure do. One of the 6 bells described in the prophecy is above us right now. And I believe you found one in Salisbury too, didn't you? Wait, are you saying you didn't come here to ring Gloucester's bell? Tak trochę uciekamy, bo nam się dostało w pierdol. well... We were actually hoping to find a human girl named Mash. Do you know anything about her? Mash? Sorry, but no one in Gloucester has ever even spoken that word before. Are you sure she's not in another city? A, racja, przecież ona nie pamięta swojego imienia, więc szukanie jej po imieniu raczej nie ma sensu. Okay, I thought one of your usual crew was missing. What happened? You get separated and come to Gloucester looking for her? Well, yeah, I mean, we heard there was gonna be a ferry with an unusual iron weapon being put up for auction. How were we supposed to know that was gonna be you? I guess I have to take some of the blame for that. I should have looked into this more closely. I could have at least found out if the fairy being sold was male or female, if I'd just snuck into the auction hall. As if you could pull that off. My auctions are extremely well guarded. Not even an ant or a single drop of blood could get in without detection. Good point. After all, it has been a few hundred years since you established your doctrine. Or maybe objective is a better word. That nobody is allowed to use violence in Gloucester, hasn't it? But anyway, let's get back to the bell, Murian. How come you are being so cold to Artoria, even though you believe she truly is the child of prophecy? To be honest, I'm disappointed. Queen Morgan may be a great ruler, but she is extremely cruel. It's not just the usual existence tax, it's the way she treats humans and how she oppresses every fairy who isn't part of a clan. It's the way she fails to handle the calamities, the way she monopolizes the flotsam, the laws that keep our society a pale imitation of human civilization. In the last 100 years alone, she had all of Darlington moved, followed by building the National Slaughterhouse Theatre. She's always been ruthless towards those who defy her, but she's gotten even worse ever since she appointed Tristan as her successor. There was a time when I thought she would be the ruler who would finally rid Britain of the calamities, but now she's just a witch intent on turning Britain into her personal plaything. That's why we have been waiting for you, Lady Artoria. But you just don't look the part. I can't see you beating the Queen like this. It would be one thing if the other clans were on your side, but neither the Earth clan nor the Wind clan will be willing to make a move as things stand now. So you are not going to show us the Gloucester's bell then? Not now, not at any rate. I'm the Lord of Gloucester, I have a duty to keep it safe. If I were to lend you my support now, Lady Artoria, it would be seen as an act of revolt against the Queen. Not even my Fey domain would keep us safe if that happened. If she wanted to, Queen Morgan would easily dispel it. So please come back to Gloucester again after you have grown stronger. I don't care what form that power takes, it would be connections or magecraft or funding. I will take anything as long as it leads to a way of defeating the Queen. Remember, Artoria, you are the Fey folk's star of hope. The chosen child of prophecy who will save Britain from its long twilight. The faithful Star of Hope. That's right, so I hope you will please do your part to help her, Marcisław. You are an old hand when it comes to beating up bad guys, right? I mean, it sounds like you have done it lots of times before. Okay, Miriam, I get that you are not our enemy now, and I'm grateful for that. But what I don't get is why you'd go to all this trouble to help us. Even given what you already knew about us from Muramasa, we are still outsiders who in some ways pose as much threat as Queen Morgan. Yet you already seem to have a deep trust for Chaldea, or rather for Marcisław, and that just doesn't add up. Is there something else you are not telling us? Something I'm not telling you? Of course there is. In fact, this is a perfect time to introduce her. As you may have guessed, I've had another foreign guest who's told me all about you, Chaldeans. Come on in, Lady F. Let's see, I think her true name was... Komiński! wróciwszy. No, Komiński. Zacząłem się domyślać w połowie, że to jest ten sam pokój, który był wtedy na screenshocie 2 lata temu. Kurde, otworzyłem okno, a tam się goście drze do mikrofonu i to rzeczywiście wkurwia. O dziwo, nie jestem to ja. Jest to inny gość, który drze się do mikrofonu. Kojanskaja. Tamamowicz Kojanskaja, princess. Good day, my dear Chaldeans. I'm so glad to see you all doing so well. Yet another new costume, new outfit. Stop that, Marcisław. Please calm down. Jak mam się uspokoić? Jak tu jest to zwierzę? Let me slap her. Let me slap her. Fucking literally. Chociaż raz. No to uczucie, że ten outfit nie jest grywalny. Potrzebujemy kolejnej beach. Niech będzie to literalnie Tamamo Beach, w sensie, że plażowa. Byłby zabawny zabawna gra słów to by była. Ale to by ten kostium nie miał sensu. Z drugiej strony mamy Wu Zetian, która ma kostium, który jest normalnym kostiumem. Swoją drogą jest zajebistym kostiumem. Więc Tamamo Beach mogłaby mieć drugi ascent jako ten strój. Didn't I already tell you I won't abide violence in Gloucester? Besides, she's an important guest of mine, a business partner really. She means Britain no harm and she has no intention of interfering with Caldia either. Muzyka na przykład z Shinjuku i paru innych miejsc. After all, under most circumstances she wouldn't even be here now. The only reason she's still here is because I insisted she stay after she tried to leave. And why did you do that? Because she's an excellent bodyguard. It's a shame she's so money-grabbing, but her combat prowess more than makes up for it. I especially love that she can hold her own against the Moors. This way I don't have to bow and scrape to the Fang clan or the Fairy Knights. Ej, o chopie, dopiero co była Loli na ekranie i tu mówisz hot? Hopie. Ej, czy tam na górze te żłobienia wyglądają troszeczkę jak Grail-kun. Jeżeli zmrużyć oczy i jedno zamknąć. I see. I was told we lost contact with you after you took Beryl got off to who knows where. So now we are picking through Britain for stuff to sell. What are you playing at here, Kojanskaja? Did you get tired of waiting for the foreign god and Caldia to off each other? Ej, chłopaki. Ja nie chcę tutaj udawać czarnego amerykańskiego youtubera, bo żygam nimi, ale no, chłopaki. Pilnujcie się. Takich rzeczy nie wolno mówić, jak na ekranie jest kazura dołb. wyczerpałem wyczerpałem limit tego, kiedy to jest śmieszne. Żarty haha FBI open up nie są nigdy śmieszne. And decide to show your true colors now that the foreign gods shown up. Oh no, nothing like that. The foreign god and I are on equal standing, you know. Kto na? On nawet nie jest czarny. Więc można go obrażać. Jakby był, to by nie wolno było. Chociaż zabawne było, jak on był na jakimś konwencie. Jak on był na jakimś konwencie i i podszedł do... Ja nie mam pojęcia, jak ta sytuacja była, ale outcome całej sytuacji był taki, że jest w internetach zdjęcie, jak cosplayerka Tamamowicz daje Tektonowi klapsa i on patrzy się w stronę kamery i ma taką mordę, taką panczablę, jak zawsze ma. To jest bardzo zabawne, bo on kiedyś powiedział, że nigdy nie będzie grać w Grand Ordera, a teraz jest spora szansa, że jak każdy kłamliwy Amerykanin wymierzy tym postem hype i stwierdzi, o, to ja teraz w to będę grał. Mam nadzieję, że on do niej nie podszedł i nie powiedział do niej cosplayerko Ting Yang, bo wtedy to tego slapa to powinien dostać nie tylko na dupsko, ale też na ryja. I'm still not sure exactly what that god is, but I am sure our contract clearly states that neither will interfere with the other until our goals have been achieved. Chociaż dobra, może nie jest daltonistą, może powiedział cosplayer Kojae. A nieprawda, nie tylko Genshin, bo przed premierą robił domiarki do tego drugiego Genshina. Dobra, dość o nim, to jest nudny temat. Suffice to say, I've never been in the same position or shared the same perspective as usually alter egos. You, Lord Rasputin and Lord Limbo are all servants summoned by the foreign god. But I'm a servant who manifested under her own power, so I'm free to do whatever I like. I'm only staying here now because I found Lady Muriel's proposal appealing. I have no interest in this British Lostbelt. Or in you Chaldeans, who are apparently determined to get yourselves killed by sticking your noses in where they don't belong. No, ten Muramasa dopiero co mówił, że stracił kontakt z Limbo i nie wie czemu. On jeszcze nie wie. Or in whatever Queen is up to, or in the Fairy Britain's humans, for that matter. I do hope I've made myself clear. So what have you been doing here up till now then? Why, stocking up on new merchandise, of course. I've been filling my metaphorical larders with all sorts of rare delicacies unique to the land of the Fae. A, czyli farmiła. Every other Lostbelt has either been on its last legs or had meager offerings or was secluded or something out of science fiction. Honestly, none of them really had much to offer, but Britain is a whole other story. The creatures here are equal parts unique, adorable, and vicious. They are just the sort of models I was looking for, the kind I can use to strike fear into all of humanity. Please don't rile them up, Koyanskaya. We were just coming to an agreement. I swear, why do you always paint yourself in the worst possible light when you have so much beauty to offer both inside and out? Inside? Eh? I expect to be working with the Chaldeans in the future, so please do your best to get along with them, okay? Oh, very well, if that's what the client wants, that's what the client shall get. So on that note, Lord Marcisław, Lady Da Vinci, I know we've had our differences in the past, but here in Britain we are both on proper human history's side. So I propose... Podoba mi się to, że ona rzuca cień na własny ogon. So I propose we let bygones be bygones and focus on accomplishing our respective goals. Or at least until you are reunited with Marsh. Doesn't that sound fair, Marcisław? You are not wrong. At the moment we definitely don't need any more problems than we've already got. If you are willing to leave us alone, we will do the same for you. If you ask me, we should cut her down now and be done with it, but I guess we couldn't get away with that in front of Muriel anyway. I don't really know this lady, so I will go along with whatever you all think is best. A wise decision, everyone. Very well then, I will continue to enjoy my latest pleasure trip here in... Well, I, for one, hate your guts. It's Oberon, right? I'm sorry I didn't quite catch that. Shut up, don't talk to me. Every word you speak feels like it's rotting in my ears. Murian, I'm saying this to you as your friend, that is an abomination. Your trust is completely wasted on her. I'd wash my hands off her now if I were you. Kurwa, ma jeszcze się nie kończy. Już któryś raz ten nod miał takie twarde zakończenie, które mogłoby być kolejnym nodem, ale nie. Well, that couldn't have ended much worse than it did. You must have done some really heinous things to them, Koyanskaya. Oh, absolutely. Between whipping out Lord Gordolf's team of mercenaries, occupying Chaldea's headquarters, and turning its personnel into ice cubes, I'd say they came by that hatred honestly. Czego mnie ten nos tak spędzi? Proszę przestań. But I don't know anything about that Oberon servant. Who is he? He doesn't seem to be from Fairy Britain. Oberon just showed up in the Welsh forest about 2 months ago. He's a heroic spirit from proper human history, Oh yes, I guess that makes him a servant. Anyway, he likes to call himself the Fairy King, and he usually spends his time performing shows in cities around Britain. I got to know him before when he first came to Gloucester. At first I was thrilled to have found a fellow Wing clan fairy since he looks so much like one, but... I'm sorry, I don't have to tell you this, but it would be dishonest not to say anything. I know I may look like a Wing clan fairy, but I'm not. After all, your clanmates are already... But hey, never mind that, you are the Lord of Gloucester, right? Then please, I need you to give me an unsecured loan. The fate of the whole war depends on it. Heh. Well, as you saw, he is a very bright and cheerful character, more of a jester king than a fairy king, really. He's also the one who told me ahead of time that the child of prophecy would be coming here. I see. Hopefully he just has keen instincts, but either way, it's probably better to squash annoying bugs like him at the first opportunity. Ciekawe użycie słów. Oh, I just remembered, I should have my hands on one of those stories from the past you've been looking for soon. There aren't many fairies left who remember what things were like 2000 years ago during the Fae era, but luckily I managed to track down a book one of Camelot's banished librarians had been keeping sacred for ages. It should get here soon. You know, I'm surprised you are so interested in our history, especially when it's completely different from proper human history. Is there something useful you are hoping to learn from our past? Oh yes, absolutely. My objective is to find demonic beasts that don't exist in proper human history and put them to work for me. I have the ability to replicate furry creatures of any size and shape and incorporate their data into my body. A dlatego Oberon nazwał ją abominacją. Though unfortunately I can only command up to 9 big ones at a time. Ciekawe czemu 9. I originally came to Britain to secure a 6th tail, but now I'm staying because I'm fascinated by the story of how Fairy Britain came to be. I'm only sorry I've unwillingly caused you to dip into your fonts, Lady Murian. Oh, don't worry about that. I used to be quite the avid researcher myself before I became the Lord of Gloucester. I used to spend hours holed up in the library against my father's wishes, absorbed in the legends of Eist. I was a total bookworm. Ale jeżeli była bookworm i została Lordem Gloucester, to znaczy, że to było swego rodzaju the ascendance of the bookworm? At least until the Queen let those barbarians torch the whole place. Then, are you going to revolt against the Queen once the Child of Prophecy has grown stronger? No way. The hope of all Fae folk? Britain's savior? Well, I never had high hopes for the Child of Prophecy to actually bring an end to Queen Morgan's reign. I won't deny that I've occasionally entertained the possibility. But now I find out she's nothing more than some pathetic common fae. Her magical energy is average, she is neither especially beautiful nor large, she doesn't even have her own fae domain. There's no way a fairy like that could possibly save anyone. I should have known the only one I can really rely on is myself. It's a shame I ended up letting Senji Muramasa go after all the time I put into him. But as long as I have you helping me, I don't need the so-called Child of Prophecy at all. No, I think I will just use Chaldea and the Child of Prophecy. Ideally, I'm hoping that disgusting human mage actually manages to take down one of the fairy knights. If just one of them falls, there will be nothing holding Noknarea back any longer. Queen Morgan, Noknarea, the Child of Prophecy, and Marcisław. No matter who's left standing, I will have plenty of game pieces to play with. Blanka wszystko słyszała. Kurde, myślałem, że to się nigdy nie skończy. Damn it, Oberon, why would you have to ruin our precious chance to speak with the head of another clan? I think I could have literally cut the tension with a knife. I understand why you are upset. I will admit I behaved kind of childishly. But I'm not going to apologize. I only said what needed saying. I loved it, Oberon. It takes real guts to say something like that to that fox woman's face. Well, maybe not guts so much as a thick skin. Either way, it was impressive. You will have to tell me some tales of your escapades later. I'd bet you've got some real whoopers. Are you sure we shouldn't at least try to apologize? I don't know about me, but Muriel seemed like she was willing to help out Chaldea, or at least Marcisław. Oh, don't worry about that. Muriel never had any intention of helping us out. Really? Alright, now that she has Koyanskaya... Yep, she's got a trump card she can use however she likes. So now she has no more need to team up with us or to carry water for the Child of Prophecy. I see, then I guess I'm pretty much useless here too. Oh, there they are. Hey, wait up. You guys are with the Child of Prophecy, right? Co, Child of Prophecy? Nie znam. Where is she now? Is she gone? Did she already leave for the next city? Of course she did. She is not gonna stick around here waiting for Woodwas's soldiers to come after her. Oh, I was really hoping to see her in person. Not that I blame her, I mean she's the Child of Prophecy. To całkiem dobry zbieg okoliczności, może zagrajmy w tę stronę. Is there something I can do for... Well, that's okay, at least we can give you guys these gifts for her. It's not much, but please take it. We always believed the Child of Prophecy would appear someday, so we've been saving what we could for when the time came. We are sorry it's all small change and cheap stuff like old cloths, stones and tree roots. But this is everything we can do for her right now. We think it will be at least some use. So please make sure she gets it, okay? Okay, I will. I think the Child of Prophecy will be thrilled to receive this. Yeah? Yeah, we think so too. You guys make sure you keep her safe, okay? Wow, it's a small mountain of gifts. Can those metal arms of yours carry it all, Da Vinci? Of course, you have my word that I will get everything back to the carriage safe and sound. Well, that was nice, huh, Artoria? Sure, they might not have realized it was you, but that was living proof that even the fairies in Gloucester are pinning their hopes on the Child of Prophecy. Yeah, right, and with this many materials and magecraft goodies, we won't have to worry about keeping Marcisław fed for some time. Well, while I wish we could have spent a night here to enjoy more of what Gloucester has to offer, the fact that the lower class fairies here know about the auction incident now means that the Queen's army must know about us too. So I'm afraid we can't stay here much longer. I guess that's true, but we still haven't found any new leads on Mash. If Muriel hasn't heard anything about her, then there aren't any leads here to find. And since it seems no one in Salisbury or Gloucester has seen her, our hands are tied for the moment. Let's not forget we are also wanted for that ranch incident, so we have to be careful not to be anywhere the Queen's soldiers are likely to nab us. So I think we should stop looking for her ourselves and head somewhere safe, at least for now. Sorry, I have to ask, would it be suicide to go to other cities? Yes, it would. That goes for Salisbury too. It's too dangerous right now. So instead, what if we kept looking for Mash via different means? You guys can lay low, and in the meantime I will go around to the different areas looking for information on her. Just because you guys can't look for her now doesn't mean I can't after all. Give me 3 days and I should be able to find out all the latest news in Britain. After that we will know where to go next. Okay, but in the meantime, where should we hide? Don't worry, I've already thought of that. In fact, you could say the land out here is why I thought to make this suggestion in the first place. So we will be camping out for a while, huh? Then we will have to look for an out-of-the-way campsite. Don't worry, I'm great at pitching tents, and I can also put up all the different landed fields we will need to keep out undesirables away. Really? That's great to hear, but you won't need any of that this time around. Huh? Oh, now I see. Sorry to steal your thunder, Artoria. But we really need to play it safe here, so I'm afraid you will have to wait for another time. Alright, let's get going to my secret base. See that forest out there past that western hill? That's the Welsh Forest. It's a place that's long been abandoned by fairies and humans alike, where all dried up things go to rest. And it's the personal domain of yours truly. Cool. Sheffield. Fragment 3. Sheffield. I on jest jako sekcja 5. O, poprzednie fragmenty nie były jako sekcja. O kuj, ale fajne miasto, trochę jak Helmowy Yard. Nie, jak Minas Tarant. There it is, Anis, that's Sheffield, the biggest hub city in all of northern Britain. What an incredible citadel, is that a castle up there on the hill? That's right, it's the only place with ramparts like that apart from Camelot. Did you know there's something special about Fairy Britain's ramparts? They are also bounded fields. The fairies that build them take a lot of time making sure they come out just right. Basically, nobody can get past these walls except through the gate. If the gate's open, you are free to pass. If it's closed, nothing's getting through. Those are the rules these kinds of magic walls are built with. Plumbing the windows aside, as long as you can keep the gate protected, everything inside will be safe. They say Bogart's the one who had all this built, including the castle. Bogart? Is that the Lord of the Sheffield? Sure is. He's also known as Bogart the Braggart and Bogart the Loveless. O, to Final Fantasy nawiązańsko. He didn't just lose the battle to decide who would lead the Funk clan, he's also so unruly he got kicked out of Norwich. So he was once in the running to lead the Funk clan. He must be quite the fairy then. Braggart speaks for itself, but why is he also known as Loveless? Because he swore off marrying for love, and now only takes human women as wives. Every fairy he married in the past all hated his guts. The only reason he lost his mana battle with Woodwoos and his money game with Spriggan is because his wives betrayed him. When they were done with him, he didn't have any place left to go. Ever since, he's only taken human wives as wives, said that at least slaves will never betray him. So that's why he's called Bogart the Loveless. If you ask me though, I think he still wants love, he just doesn't trust it anymore. Okej, te basy tutaj trochę dochodzą, muszę zamknąć okno. I see, it sounds like he's been through a lot. But that just makes the fact that he still managed to build an amazing castle even more impressive. You really have a thing for castles, huh, Anis? Maybe you really are from the upper class world, then? Is anything coming back to you yet? It would be great if you can at least tell us where you are from. No, I still can't remember anything from before you all saved me. But I do get feeling I had something very important I needed to accomplish. Well, of course you do. You are the child of prophecy. You are the fairy knight who's gonna keep us all safe, the one who's gonna save all of Britain. I hope you are right. I've seen so many different sides of Britain on the way here. I know it's been less than 10 days since we started traveling together, but I've seen enough to know that it's a beautiful, beautiful country. If this power I possess really is meant to keep this country safe, nothing would make me happier. Hey Wag, Rob, we are gonna have to go through the checkpoint soon. This is our last chance to let her go. I say we call a go-between and get this over with. Oh right, yeah, it's probably not a good idea to go into Sheffield right now. But then again, we've also come this far, it wouldn't hurt to stick together a little bit more, right? Huh? Aren't we gonna introduce Anis to Bogart, Rob? Then of course we've gotta go to the castle. Fine, just do what you want. We only started being merchants cause we couldn't cut it as thieves. This kind of merch was always gonna be too rich for our blood. Cool, że Special Dogo idzie z nimi całą tą drogę i nawet nie był wspomniany przez ostatnich kilka dni. And so the ferry's cart stopped in Sheffield. At this point, Marcisław was still sleeping in the nameless woods. And Da Vinci had just become acquainted with Mike, the pub owner in Salisbury. Bo są Normal Dogo i Special Dogo. And so this other child of prophecy made their way into Sheffield. None the wiser that they were in the midst of a rebellion against High Queen Morgan. O chuj. Dlatego Sheffield jest jeszcze takie, jest tutaj ten bestia z pięknej bestii. That little girl is the child of prophecy? Yes, Mr. Bogart, sir, we are sure of it. She's got iron armor, an iron shield, a dangerous-looking iron pipe, and she's strong enough to smash boulders. Iron pipe? Co? Please don't ask us where she came from, that's her secret to keep. But we are positive Anis here is the child of prophecy who's gonna save Britain. So we are hoping you will treat her well and appraise her accordingly. Idiots, did you really think you could put one over on me? That girl is no fairy, she's a human. Huh? Anis is human? Oh, you are joking, right? Right? She's got just as much magical energy as a fairy, besides no human could possibly be that strong. Not necessarily, it's very rare, but there are some humans who are also fearsome warriors. That girl there does smell like a fairy, but she also has such a whiff of human about her. You must think I'm a fool if you really believed you could pawn such defective merchandise off on me. Here in my city of Sheffield, liars are known better than criminals, and fraud is a crime punished by death. Guards, arrest those merchants and have them hanged. You can throw the girl in a prison cell. Ej, to jest lepszy Edison. Bo może przejawia trochę rasizmu, ale to cały czas mniej niż prawdziwy Edison. Ej, jak to człowiek? Może ma pod tym kaskiem ucha takie specjalne. Yes, sir. Save us, Anis! Nie wiem, chłopaki, to trochę niezgodnie z prawem. I'm sorry, but please stand down. Also, Rob and Wag are not liars. I can't remember anything right now, so I don't know if I really am the child of prophecy or not. But if they believe I am, then that's what I'm going to be for them. So if you are going to treat them like criminals, I insist you treat me like one too. No, dlatego lecisz do więzienia. Kurde. Anis. How is this girl so strong? Get the funk soldiers over here. She is too much for us alone. Whatever you do, keep Lord Bogart safe. Hold it. No need for that. This girl means us no harm. It seems you weren't pulling a fast one after all. Very well, I will hear you out. Go ahead and give the merchants their payment. Now, what is your name, brave girl? Robin Wack, call me Anis. It's a lovely name. Anis? Oh, do you generally make a habit of eating children? No. Then forget about going by Anis. Próbuję sobie przypomnieć, do czego nawiązuje. Nie wiem. You there? Are there any guards who can still move? Yes, sir. The others are still numb from their earlier attack, but I think I'm more or less recovered. Take this girl to Habetrod's tailoring workshop, then once she's ready, take her to the royal chambers. I've never seen a woman like this one before. While I'd rather she had more meat on her bones, that attack of hers was a sight to behold. Today is your lucky day, girl. You will be my partner tonight. Once you've cleansed yourself, you are to wait for my arrival this evening. My 62nd bride. What? You are taking Anis as a bride? Clueless. And so she came to the fairy who would serve as their final bastion. The workshop of Habetrod, the ever-cheerful fairy beloved by everyone in Sheffield. Oni tak przetłumaczyli Habenian. Habenian, Habenian, please don't be mad, Habenian. I know you've already got a lot on your plate, but Lord Bogart has a new job for you. And you think pussyfooting a... Nie byłbym sobą, gdybym nie wyciął tego samego pussy i zrobił z tego reaction pika. Kiedyś. And you think pussyfooting around will make me say yes? I already told you not to bring me any more work. Nie no, ja po prostu wytnę samo pussy, zrobię z tego taki duży obrazek i kwadracik mordy Habeniana i będzie. I didn't come here to stitch together armor and spears and bags. I came here to sew dresses, damn it. O nie, to kolejny Muramasa. Do you have any idea who I am? I'm Lady Goddamn Habetrot, the greatest dressmaker in all of fucking Britain. Dopisek redakcji. A ja zrobiłem screena, więc mogę teraz wejść do folderu, wyłączyć folder z Pathway into Darkness. W ogóle jakby ktoś bardzo chciał, jak ktoś się trochę podjarał tym, że ostatnio było pokazane, że wychodzi nowy maraton i potem się bardzo wkurwił, że ten nowy maraton to będzie extraction shooter w stylu Tarkowa, to wszystkie 3 części oryginalnego maratona są za darmo na internetach, bo Bungie dawno temu wypuściło source code i dobrzy ludzie go przeportowali na nowe systemy. Można wejść, pobrać sobie, zagrać. Jak ktoś lubił stare Doomy, to jest bardzo podobna gra. Też ma trochę takiego porąbanego lore'u, nawet więcej. I ten lore potem przechodzi do Halo i Destiny. To wszystko dzieje się w jednym łączonym uniwersum. Częściowo. Jak to było pokazane na pewnym obrazku, znalazłem folder w końcu. Wezmę i to wszystko po prostu sobie przerzucę do odpowiedniego folderu. A jeszcze ich poprzednia gra, czyli Pathway into Darkness, też jest w tym samym uniwersum. A Pathway into Darkness ma bardzo metalowy premis. W dużym skrócie kosmici przekazują informacje temu prezydentowi Stanów Zjednoczonych, który wysyła nas jako komandosa do jakiejś dżungli amazońskiej, żeby zabić Boga. Konwertuj. No typowy wtorek. Co jest bardzo zabawne, bo w środę jest, bo mamy time limit i w środę ten time limit się kończy. Jest to ważne, bo w grze nie da się healować. Znaczy da się, ale trzeba to zrobić. Ale robi się to śpiąc, a sen zabiera czas. Co jest? Ej! Kurna. Narzędzia czasem są dziwne. fuck's sake. Job fucking done, baby. Nie tak. Teraz zapisać. Mam wciąż cały taki folder screeniuchów, których nie obrobiłem, a powinienem. No na przykład tego... O shit. Wrzuciłem grafikę i tak mi się wycentrowała. Hech. Dobra, wywalić to. Tu też... Tutaj pulpit. Oczywiście, że Discord się znowu dzisiaj zjebał, muszę go zresetować. Czasem Discord mi się rypsnie i nie chce otwierać linków. O, a teraz nie chce się włączyć. Co jest urwał? Jeez. Okej, oto nasza robótka z dzisiejszego streama. I tak, hostuję obrazki na tym... na discordowych serwerach. A w czym problem? Excuse me. Bogart said I was supposed to get changed here. Right. Habenian? Did you finally lose it? I mean, you're always been kind of a mess, but... Alright, finally a job worth doing. At last my waiting has paid off. Don't tell me Bogart wants me to make this girl an outfit, right? I will have it done in less than no time. Ile dni temu to jest? Z 3 co najmniej. I mean, just look at how cute she is. That settles it. I'm making her my bride. Bride? Does that mean I'm going to be marrying her and Bogart? Oh, don't pay her any attention. This fairy's always been a little off. She just showed up not too long ago after we started looking for a fairy who could make bridal dresses. She's definitely good at her job, but she's also pretty well weird. Old-fashioned, unflappable, kinda fucked up. I'm still not sure she fully understands that we are rebelling against Morgan here. Still, she is good at her job. She's always claiming she's a friend to all brides or something. That's me, I'm Habetrot the spinner. Professional seamster. This fairy's all about helping blooming brides before that big day. But never mind that. I'm all set to get started, so let's take your measurements. Hey, I wasn't talking to you, go on, get out of here, give us some privacy. And tell Bogart he will have to wait another day. He always thinks these things take way less time than they do. You got it. How about some milk? Should I bring some by later? Of course, I deserve a reward for all my hard work, after all, and don't forget to hit it up. Hi there, young miss. It's okay, you don't have to be scared. This is all happening so fast you must be totally bewildered, huh? Well, don't worry, I'm on your side. After all, I'm Habetrot, friend to brides with bright futures ahead of them everywhere. No more stuffy iron armor for you. I'm gonna make you the best dress ever. Thank you, Habenian. Anis. Alright. Bogart said I'm not supposed to use that name anymore. Is Anis the name of someone special to him? Anis, huh? Yeah, that's definitely not a good name for you. There used to be a scary fairy called Black Anis who went around abducting and eating children. You don't need a name like that. Let's see. Pardon me? Aha, I know it. I'm gonna call you Mash. You alright with that? Co wyczytała to na tarczy? Okay, I hate to say goodbye to Anis, but Mash sounds fine too. But why did you pick Mash? Cause it's written on your shield, see? It's right here on the inside in chalk. Oh wow, you're right, and in such big letters too. I can't believe I never noticed before. So you are responsible enough to read your name on your things. Kurde. So you are responsible enough to write your name on your things, but then you forgot your own name? That's funny. And so she regained her true name, but only in the most superficial sense. It would still take some time before she returned to being Mash in both name and soul. Okay, now that your measurements are all done, it's time to get to work. Oh, do you have any preferences when it comes to color and stuff? I know your armor's mostly black. Black? Purple. But I get you'd look great in white. Habetrot began happily cutting away with her scissors. And the next day, the best time of Habetrot's life came to an end. There, all done. You can open your eyes now. Masz, go on, take a look in the mirror. O, dawać mi ten strój, ja go potrzebuję. This is wonderful, Habenian. I love it. It's easy to move in and warm and so very soft. It almost feels like I'm wrapped in stars. I can't believe I'm getting such a lovely outfit so soon after I got here. I must be the luckiest bride in the world. Morning, Mash. That's great, I'm so glad to hear that. And now our story begins in earnest. For the time being, the girl was no longer a shield bearer, but a lady, the envy of everyone. Thus began her days of splendor and delight, easily one of the few and most peaceful times in all of Fairy Britain. At least for the short time it lasted before Sheffield Castle was razed to the ground. From the moment the first rays of morning light lit the sky, Sheffield's castle town was abuzz with excitement. Overnight, rumors of the Lord's new lady, the knight in iron armor, had spread in flash. They said she was more than a match for both the Black Dogs and the Moors, and that she was even stronger than Bogart himself. More on that later. Did you hear about our new lady yet? They say she even sent Lord Bogart flying and he withstood a blow from Gawain. Isn't that amazing? The merchants who brought her here say she's the child of prophecy. If that's true, we might actually be able to go back to Norwich. Oh yeah, I got a peek at her in the castle yesterday. She's definitely the real child of prophecy. You can tell she's no ordinary fairy, there's just something different about her. I thought my heart was gonna melt when she smiled at me. She might even be as much of a beauty as Lancelot. Here, you hear that, Wagon Winky? The whole town's talking about Anise, Mash. And Bogart paid us a boatload of cash for her. We will be all set for winter this year. Too bad we can't see Mash anymore though. I didn't think she was gonna live in the castle. I thought we'd all be together forever. Don't be stupid. We've just gotta be patient. Bogart's bound to get bored of her eventually, and when he does, we take her to Edinburgh. You just know Knocknarea up north would pay even more for the Child of Prophecy. Oh, come on, not you too, Rob. Wag, I can understand, but you? Mash is just merchandise. Now that we've sold her, that's it. We are done. There's nothing tying us together anymore. I say we leave Sheffield before it's too late. The longer we stay, the harder it will be to make our escape. Escape? Why do we gotta escape, Winky? We've got money now, right? Aren't we gonna stay here till spring? Yeah, Mash protected us. Nobody's ever protected strays like me and Wag before. So we are gonna stay here until we return the favor, but if you wanna go, Winky, you can go. You are not like us strays who drifted here, you are actually from a land of the Fae and you are way smarter than us. Czyli to są Irlandczycy. Au. You will be fine on your own no matter where you go. You are giving me way too much credit. The more clever some twisted bastard things they are, the less capable they are of changing what they believe. Just so we are clear, I do not believe you are actually the child of prophecy. The only reason I'm letting the townspeople believe different is that it suits me. And let me be clear about one more thing. You have no right to voice your opinion here. I will need more than power if I'm going to defeat Morgan. I'm also going to need the grace and dignity of a king. You are no more than an ornament to that end. All you need to do is stand by my side as my beautiful queen. Yes, Lord Bogart, I will conduct myself with the dignity of a queen worthy of Sheffield. By the way, did you sleep well last night? I'm very sorry again for how rudely I reacted. Oh, that? I don't have a scratch on me. Don't worry your pretty little head over it. Now then, guards, I'm going to see how our soldiers' training is coming along at the barracks. Keep an eye on my lady, make sure she doesn't escape or leave the castle at all, for that matter. Yes, Lord Bogart, leave it to us. Cruel as Bogart was, he was also an excellent lord. He spared no effort gathering mercenaries, training soldiers, and reinforcing his ramparts in preparation for the inevitable battle against High Queen Morgan's army. He made sure his army would be strong, because he was sick and tired of losing. Although he was internally driven by a fear of failure, at this time, Bogart was still regarded as a good ruler. Acting dignified. Puffing out chest and putting on airs. Realizing there's more to dignity than that. Lady Marsh? Yes, I'm the queen. Do you have a problem with that? I know, my lady. So, you are Lord Bogart's wife, right? Which means you are now one of the lords of Sheffield, right? Well, with all that in mind, I have a favor to ask you on behalf of our citizens. We've been getting lots of eyewitness reports of Moors spotted in western Sheffield. And according to the merchants who brought you here, the Moors have no effect on you. The Fang clan does have more resistance to the Moors' poison than the other clans, but it still hurts like hell. So if it's not too much to ask, we were hoping we might be able to ask for your assistance. So that's why you brought me all this way. Then I would be glad to handle this. Since I destroyed part of the castle walls last night, it's only right that I do my part to help. Damn it, how are you so damn cute? But that's not what's important right now. What do you think you are doing, Mash? And what were you thinking, guard? When did things get so bad in the land of the Fae that we have to send our lady out to fight? I'm gonna tell Bogart about this, you know. But it's the duty of a lord and his wife to protect their territory, right? Besides, she is already evil as far as Queen Morgan is concerned, so... Are you calling my bride evil? Have you even seen how cute Mash is? She's the happiest bride in the world. She wouldn't even catch a butterfly or pick a flower or... Why are you wearing your old armor? You didn't rip my dress, did you? Oh no, not at all. Don't worry, I'm still wearing your dress underneath my armor. Wow, musiała nieźle poupychać tą suknię pod spód. Ale to w sumie nawet pomocne, bo metalowy pancerz potrzebuje jakiegoś miękkiego wypełnienia, żeby jak zostanie się trafionym, to na przykład nie połamać sobie kości. It's gonna get all wrinkled. Now I will have to make a new one. But that can wait until after we've taken care of this. I'm not gonna make you fight this battle all on your own. I'm gonna be right there beside you. Huh? You can do that, Habenian. If the Morse touch you, you will. All you need to handle Morse is a little ingenuity. It's not my fault fairies these days can't think for themselves. More importantly, my name is Habetrot. I don't care if other fairies call me Habenian, but you are not allowed. Huh? Why only me? O kuj, będziemy mieć możliwość pogrania Habenianem przez 5 sekund? Jesus Christ, how horrifying. Ma tylko 2 morsy. O ja pierdolę. O, feels good, man. O tak. O tak, wszystkie najważniejsze skille są na swoim miejscu. To jest prawdziwe maszu. Okay, Habetrot. Spinning Luck A. Restore HP and apply debuff immune 1 turn and increase C-star drop rate for a single ally. I drugie. Swift Spinning. Increase arts card effectiveness 3 turns and greatly increase NP gauge for yourself. No i decrease HP by 2000 demerit. Co robi NP? Restore HP each turn 5 turns for all allies, gain a large amount of C-stars and decrease C-stars gather rate 3 turns for yourself. Czyli nie umiera. Dobrze. Wydawało mi się przez chwilę, że to będzie kolejny arasz. Dlaczego Habenian ma tylko napisy, a Maszu nie ma? Oh shit, she talks in the language of gods. Kojarzę głos, tylko nie pamiętam skąd. Spin Hoil. Ma nowe teksty.
了解。はい、落ち着いて。落ち着いて。ターゲット。やーっ。はっ。これで倒します。やべ。神明了解。落ち着いて。落ち着いて。それは全ての傷、全ての怨恨を癒す我らが故郷。権限せよ。
A tak, Habenian chciał sprawdzić.
キャメロット。
Habenian... No, Hirai Yukio narysował, to jest rysownik odpowiedzialny za designy do Tiger Colosseum. A Ito Ayasa...
ターゲット。
A,
倒します。
no więc czyj to jest głos? Nie pamiętam.
Ha, 了解。押し切ります。ターゲット。はっ。やー。倒します。やべ。
Chciałby.
ここはもうちょっと念入りに。まだ倒れません。いいか、いいとも。その辺だな。はっ。はいほー。特艦仕事は
Cool. Wygląda na to, że Habenian nie ma jeszcze tekstów na zwycięstwo. A, wiem czyj to jest głos. To jest Garni z Kawaisugi Crisis. No. This is why I hate fighting. All that work for almost no reward. That was amazing, Habetrot. I've never seen another fairy move like that. You think? Well, we artisans do need to be able to complete surprise rush orders in a single day. Me, I can make a new bridal dress in the time it takes the sun to set and rise again. That's why they call me Habenian the Speedster. I can't believe what I just saw either. No wonder Lord Bogart holds you in such high regard. Did the Wing clan make that spool of yours? But wait, besides Murian, the Wing clan died out 1200 years ago. Murian? As in Game Master Murian? Huh? I didn't know she was still alive. Or maybe she passed the name on to her daughter? Well, whatever, now that we've taken care of the Moors, how are you gonna show your appreciation? You gotta treat us to the kind of yummy lunch we deserve. I know we are not allowed to enjoy eating when Bogarts... that won't be a problem in the castle town. Of course, I've been wanting to introduce Lady Mash to everyone anyway. Are you sure that's a good idea? Lord Bogart did say I wasn't supposed to stand out. Ah, it will be fine. He won't be back until nighttime anyway. It was a big slog coming all this way, right? So it's only right we make the most of it. And the fairies of Sheffield love human culture, so they are not prejudiced against humans at all. Trust me, they are gonna love you down at the pub. They will be happy, you will be happy, and I will be happy. Exactly. Besides, Lord Bogart prohibits us from treating humans like slaves. He says it's only fair once we've all been banished, so we really are equals here. Honestly, I don't know what we would do without our humans. In fact, there's one human woman in particular I'd like to propose to myself. Huh? Is that so? I guess Sheffield really is all about freedom then. Ta lewacka propaganda. And here I thought he was just talking big about not doing things like Queen Morgan. I'm sorry, you said you were all banished. I'm sorry, you said you were all banished? Oh, you mean you didn't know? This place used to be a ghost town up until 100 years ago. It wasn't until Lord Bogart and the rest of us rebuilt it that Sheffield became what it is today. We used to all live in Norwich, at least until its Lord Spriggan had us all banished. We wandered around for a long time with nowhere to go, until we ended up here. Which is why we can't just abandon Norwich now. We might have been banished from it, but it's still our hometown. So if the Queen isn't going to do anything about the calamity pool building up there, we will. That's why Lord Bogart is revolting against her. He wants to save Norwich before it's too late. Shortly before nighttime, the time of day known in your world as twilight, the girls stood alone atop the castle walls, looking out over the land of the Fae. At the Isle of Britain, beautiful and lonesome as it stretched out under the endless twilight sky. What are you doing here? Have you forgotten the way back to the castle? Oh, hello, Bogart. The scenery here is so nice, isn't it? You will refer to me as Lord Bogart. I will not tolerate disrespect. And yes, of course, the view here is nice. It's so I can see any enemy forces that attempt to invade my territory. Though I suspect you and I are using the term nice very differently. This was a battlefield. In fact, the bloodstains have only recently faded. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that, not when I still don't know anything about this town. Does this... Yes? Did you say something, Lord Bogart? Never mind. Does this scenery truly seem nice to you? Even with all these desolate hills as far as the eye can see, in a world ruled by fairies rather than humans? Yes, it does. It seems wonderfully precious. There's something very forlorn about this scenery, but something endearing too. I can tell that everyone is suffering here. Rob, Wag, Winky. The people I've met in the other towns, the people of Sheffield, everyone. I don't know what it is that's causing their suffering, but I do know that in spite of it, they all consider this their home, that they want to keep living here even if it's hard. If so many people still love Britain, I can't imagine it could be such an awful place. How shallow. This is exactly why humans are so difficult to deal with. Go back to the castle before you distract the soldiers in their barracks. I won't be back until late tonight, so talk to Habetrot if you can't sleep. I will. Thank you for your concern, Lord Bogart. Wasn't that nice of him? Lord Bogart really is a wonderful lord, isn't he? Don't let him fool you, Mash. Good guys don't demand people call him Lord. You think so? I thought that was just to keep his reputation intact. After all, he looked very unhappy when I called him Lord before. What? That's even worse. Does that lionhead actually think he's some devoted husband or something? You're only married on paper. He's got no right to go around tricking my bride like that. Only on paper, so our marriage is a Freud? Does this mean I'm actually a wicked woman who's deceiving kind and earnest Lord Bogart with my feminine charms? That I'm both the child of prophecy and a femme fatale like no other? No, Habenian nie lubi furasów, dlatego jest based. Yeah, maybe you are right. Maybe you are. No wonder you are too much for Bogart to handle, especially since he's hopeless against anyone who doesn't detest him. You are practically his natural enemy. Man, Bogart's predecessor must have gotten up to some real bad stuff for him to be in this predicament. Huh? What do you mean? He's hopeless against anyone who doesn't detest him? Oh, that? It's all about fairies. Most fundamental desires and unique traits. Humans' emotions change all the time. One moment they will want to be loved, the next hated. Or they will want to protect someone one moment, then hurt them the next. But fairies' desires are much less mutual. So, but fairies' desires are much less mutable. In Bogart's case, he uses his rational mind to keep his violent impulses in check. So he can't make full use of his abilities unless he is both hating and hated by someone. Basically, thanks to who you are, it's impossible for him to be too aggressive. Thanks to who I am, but I still don't know who I am. I don't remember anything about my past. I didn't even know my name until recently. Before I came here, before Rob Wagon-Winky began calling me the child of prophecy, I had no idea what I should do, or even what I was supposed to do. No, for that matter, did I even have a self before I lost my memories? Why do you ask that? There's only one thing I've learned from losing my memories. There's something missing in my heart, like there is a hole right through it. All the fairies I've met have a purpose, something they intrinsically sick. Some of them help others for money, some of them hurt others for money. But I don't have anything like that. Whenever I try to help someone, I always end up realizing the same thing. What is it I want right now? What is it that drove me to help them? I don't know, and it makes me feel very empty inside. I have a heart, so I know I can't get away with this forever. I don't think I was even aware of that emptiness before I lost my memories, but now I can't help but notice it. After all, I don't have any memories left to cover it up. Something was missing in me. No, that's not right. There's a gap in me that's long been ready to receive something, but I refused to try and feel it. So I find it very hard to believe that there's anything I can do. Habetrot blinked in astonishment at the girl's surprise confession. Losing her memories was not all bad, it made her aware of a serious problem. Well, hey, most people don't really know who they are or what it is they want. They say that kind of thing becomes clear on your deathbed, but for better or worse, we are still alive. You need something to drive you, a goal you can be proud of, that will also help you learn to love yourself. You said you have a hole through you, right? And you are not trying to figure out what you should do as a person. You are trying to figure out what you want to do. Maybe that's not the kind of thing you notice when you are already leaning on others. Ej, tak teraz sobie siedzę, myślę i przypomniało mi się, że Persona 5 Tactica jako premis ma to, że każdy dungeon będzie wzorowany na jakiejś rewolucji. Tak, ile takich rewolucji może być? Bo w sumie jak dobrze poszukać, to jest ich sporo, ale jaka jest szansa na to, że któreś z powstań tam się pojawi? Żadna. Ale może. Z drugiej strony, to Atlus od pewnego czasu forsuje słowiańskie demony w swoich gierkach. Może. No pewnie wezmą francuską i amerykańską. To są dwie. Nie ma innych. Jakby chcieli być extra spicy, ale to ten drugi team, ten od Shin Megami Tensei jest, to wzięliby rewolucję żydowską z roku 29 naszej ery, 30 któregoś, I wieku naszej ery. Była taka spora rewolucja żydowska. Maybe that's not the kind of thing you notice when you are already leaning on others. Do tej rewolucji w sumie jest sporo nawiązań w żywocie Briana. But this journey is going to be just for you, so you can find it for yourself. Ej, a jakby chcieli być zabawni, to mogłaby być rewolucja przemysłowa. To nie miałoby za bardzo sensu, ale mogłoby być. Ktoś bystry mógłby to napisać dobrze. Don't listen to her too closely, she's going to bail before this is over. It will be a long, long time before the girl finds an answer she's comfortable with. For the time being, the fairy's words were just meant as advice to cheer her up, in the hopes that one day they will form the core of the wheels you will use to spin your own thread. Kurna, jeszcze 4 sekcje. I 1 node. Dobra. Myślę, że więcej rzeczy się pojawi już na timeline'ie. Czyli my będziemy gdzieś, Walia jest tu, najpewniej. To będzie miejsce, w którym znajduje się... A, tutaj! Tu jest tak ładnie narysowany las. Po tej stronie bardziej wymierający, ale tu jest taki normalny jesienny las. To wygląda jak chata Oberona. Dobra. Czyli to będziemy kończyć na dzisiaj, widzimy się jutro dalej i zdążę to skończyć najwyraźniej, zanim zacznie się part drugi. Będzie parę dni przerwy. No, dobrej nocy.